Hello and welcome to episode 4 now of my Alfa Romeo Giulia Veloce video diary series, and today I'm going to be talking about a whole new model of Giulia, and also a recent trip to the dealership for my Veloce. But first, the new model. It's called the Estrema, and it's basically, well, it is a trim level on the Giulia range. It's the highest trim level that you can now get underneath the Quadrifoglio model. And to find out what it's like and whether it's worth your money, I went to the international press launch in Switzerland to drive the car and see what it's about. And what you're about to see now is my very short video review of it. And you'll see why it's short when the tape starts. So, welcome to Switzerland and the Alfa Romeo Giulia Estrema, as you can see from the badge just here. There we go. So it tells you and leaves you in no doubt that it's an Estrema. Looking at it from the outside, there's the badge that tells you it's an Estrema. There's unique wheels. These are 19-inch wheels in this car. You get 21-inch wheels if it's the Stelvio. You'll also see the little carbon detailing around here on the mirror, and there's a few other pieces as well, but most of them are evident from the interior, where you can see more carbon down there on the center console, and there's carbon up here as well, so lots of lovely carbon. And then these seats, which are actually really nice, they're leather and Alcantara. You can't get these seats on any other Giulia from what we've been told. We haven't got pricing yet. Hopefully it's going to appear on the screen now once we do get it, but yeah, it's basically a simplification of the trim lineup for the Giulia, and this below the Quadrifoglio is the best and most expensive Giulia that you can get. So in summary, unique wheels, unique cabin with those leather and Alcantara seats, you've got the little carbon inserts, you've got the Estrema badges in black, you've also got plenty of option packs, you've got the driver assistance pack, you've got the Harman-Kardon sound system, and honestly, that's largely it in terms of cosmetics. It's basically a fully tricked up Giulia that doesn't happen to be a Quadrifoglio. We'll take it for a drive now, probably be quite quick because, as I said, it's very similar, but at least you can get an idea of what it's like and whether this might be the Giulia spec that you want to get when it arrives in the UK. So I've got to be honest, driving the Estrema today, there isn't a huge amount of difference to a Giulia Veloce with the adaptive dampers fitted, and you obviously can't get the Giulia Veloce with the adaptive dampers now, so if you want them, this is the model you need to get. And what they allow you to do is basically have it in normal mode and soft dampers, or you can put it in the sportier mode and then get the firmer dampers, or turn it down again into soft dampers, which I think a lot of people will want to do. Weirdly though, you can't have it in normal mode and firm it up, but not the end of the world, they still do the job. That said, that job, it's not much different at all, I don't think, than my Giulia Veloce with the passive dampers, because that rides brilliantly, it handles really nicely, and this, it does both of those things as well, but you don't need to have the adaptive dampers, in my opinion, because it still works perfectly well. Aside from that, the engine is the same, 280 horsepower, 2-litre petrol, gearbox is the same, nice paddles here. But then we mustn't lose sight of the fact that this is just a very good car, full stop anyway. It handles well, it rides well, it's just not that much different from a Giulia Veloce, so if you were expecting that, you could be a little bit disappointed. But still, it's a good car. So there you go. I told you it would be a very short review, and that was just because there wasn't that much to talk about. It actually was an Alfa Romeo Giulia Veloce with
adaptive dampers. That's what it drove like, and the cosmetic changes were also pretty minor, even if I did like the nice new seats. The bottom line from that is, if you really want the adaptive dampers, then you need to get the Estrema now, or of course the Quadrifoglio. But if you can do without them, and that's what I would do, then get the Giulia Veloce and spend the extra money that you'd saved on a nice Italian road trip. So that's the Estrema out the way. What I want to talk about now is my recent trip to Thames Alfa Romeo service centre in Slough, because there are a couple of things that I wanted them to look at and see if they could fix, and that was the wind noise from around the wing mirror and this kind of area, the A-pillar, and also the sat-nav just getting lost when I'm trying to do a journey and then myself getting lost. The bad news is they couldn't do anything about the wind noise. They said it was normal for the Giulia, so that basically for me means that it's not as good in terms of refinement as a C-Class or a 3 Series or an A4, which is a bit of a shame. But the good news is that the sat-nav is now fixed, so I can do a long journey, I can drive to work, and it won't suddenly lose the position and leave me high and dry wondering where the hell I am. So that's now fixed. The software was updated, so it's clearly running on older software, and that fixed the problem. So if you're having that problem, get the dealer to update the software and it should hopefully fix it. I've also got to say that Thames Alfa Romeo were great. They were really helpful, they were really efficient, and that was before they knew I was a journalist as well. So top marks to Thames. So that's about it for this month's update. I hoped it would be a little bit longer, but the review of the Estrema was quite short, so not that long. But next month it will be a big video, because I'm going to compare this Giulia Veloce to an Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. It's a video I've wanted to do since I got this car. It should be really interesting to see what the differences are in the real world and let you have a proper comparison of both cars. So that'll be really good. Keep an eye out for that, and in the meantime, make sure you check out the written articles on parkers.co.uk.